Hey everybody, it's SmoLCatzZ. Welcome back. We are back on my private SMP Friends and Nonsense, doing a little bit of building, a little bit of chatting. So that should be super fun today. One sec, let me really quick mess with my settings a little bit. I want to get rid of subtitles. I have the replay mod back installed, which is exciting. And we are gonna, I'm in F5 mode again. We're gonna work on the design I have. So as you can see, I've been aging some copper. I'm sorry if my game's like a little stuttery. I'm running, obviously I'm running replay mod, so I don't have Optifine installed, so we don't have like those normal performance enhancers, and like this, the server does have quite a lot of stuff going, which is fine, but it does mean there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of stuff, I should say. So, one sec. We want to do a little bit of waxing and get some copper, because we need copper in some specific colors, which is why this is out here. Honestly, I really should have, like, waxed all of this copper and dealt with this way before stream, but, like, just been really busy the last couple days, didn't really feel like messing around with it, and I didn't do it, so oops, oh well. That's okay. As you can see, we're making quite a lot of progress. I already have a lot of copper figured out. Basically, I like put a bunch of this stuff onto age and then was like, you know what, I'll deal with this later, and left myself AFK for a while. So, it worked. So now I have all this lovely copper. I am like having a really fun time doing this though, because like, so we have waxed exposed copper, which is such a long name, and then there's waxed weathered cut copper, and like it, oh no, that's not what I wanted. It's just such a long name for these blocks, you know? I'm very glad I have a bee farm at this point in time, because yay bees, making this so much easier. Alright. I'm actually like running out of the standard copper blocks to do this too, which I guess is good. It means I'm like finishing all of this. Okay. Let's get these two. So what I want to do today is, ooh, that was a lag spike. That was spooky. I did not like that at all. Well, I hope my game doesn't fight me today, because I really don't feel like having it be weird. I've got stuff I need to do, you know? So what I'm planning on doing is I've kind of been in my creative test world working on a build with a lot of color, because I feel like I end up kind of building in like that very medieval like grays, browns, whites, neutrals color palette a lot, and it's kind of boring, kind of same. So I want to switch it up a little bit and like really bring some color into this. So I've kind of sat down in my creative test world like a week ago and built up this really cool thing with this really awesome, I think really awesome. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. It's okay. It can go back to aging. This really awesome build palette. Oh yeah, this thing is not liking my game performance right now. It's basically a color gradient. Like, that was my idea, was like, okay, can you go from like orange tones to blue tones? And I could with the current blocks we have in the game, like especially copper, obviously, with the like waxed or exposed and weathered copper really makes that blend possible. And I think it looks very good. It's a very weird build. I've never really built anything like it, and I want to put it on our server island, and it's going to be my new shop. Oops. Wait, wax you? But I need space to do it. There is, I'll show you in a second, there's very little free space on our server. Like, very little. So I kind of have to do a little bit of intensive terraforming, I would say, in order to make this happen. It's like, let's wax all of these guys, and then we'll put new blocks out. So my whole plan, basically, because our area doesn't have a lot of space, and this is the zoo that Derek is building on here. I don't think he's gonna mind that I'm using this as a copper oxidizing facility, because I don't think he'll ever notice. He's currently off working on another project pretty far away, so I don't think he'll mind that I'm doing this. So let me lay out some more of this really quick. I'm just gonna use this extra space basically to like wax all these up. To wax all these up. What a phrase. I'm sorry, I mean to age them because they're already aged. Or they're already waxed. They're not waxed. They need to age and wax. I am struggling today. Goodness gracious. Alright. Apparently it's just going to be one of those days where SmoLCatzZ can't talk. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Alright, it looks good. That's my dirt. Please ignore the dirt chest. I definitely need way more of the cut, waxed, weathered copper, but I have not very much exposed copper, to be honest. There's obviously more out here aging. It'll have to be fine. So, let me put out all of the blocks I have. Yeah, that's the dirt. That's that. That's my terraforming box. That's the interiors and terraforming box. So the idea being, like, here's our blues, and here is our kind of oranges into blue. And we're going to basically start with brick, blend this way, go down into polished granite, some waxed exposed copper into the weathered copper, prismarine into this, and then stripped warp. And then there's a little bit of warped wart at the very top of the build, depending on how tall I make it. And then the roof is dark prismarine with, there's this like front that's made of this, and then obviously like spruce and dark oak as part of the rest of the build. So I think it looks really cool. I think it's a very interesting build. So I'm excited by it. I just have to actually do it. Hello, Miss Wednesday Cat. Thank you for coming to say hello. The cat is like, hello, what is you doing? Is it for me? It's like, no, it's not. So we're gonna move all of these guys kind of out here. Let me really quick show you some of the problems I'm having. These are all technically not mine. One sec, I gotta return those. I fixed the torch spam problem that was this area. Like, there were, like, so many torches. It was really ridiculous. I don't know why there were so many torches in this area. I think they were placed, like, pre-1.18 update when the lighting changes happened. There's not really anywhere to put them. I thought there was a chest over here, to be honest. Oh, I guess they're my torches now. Free torches. Into the ender chest. All good. Yeah, there's that. It'll be fine. It has to be. Oop. It's like every time I turn away, another piece oxidizes. That's the problem with this, is like it's such a tedious task, and they do it like literally like piecemeal, one at a time, just to mess with you, I feel like. It's like literally every time I look away, another piece of copper is like ready to be picked up. Very irritating. See? Look at that. Right here. Another one. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. I have to ignore it for a second. I've got other things to do. We're gonna put the rest of the copper there. All of this honeycomb can go up there. There's not really any other space in the chests. So this and this are kind of the terraforming boxes. Let's grab some dirt. Okay. Alright, we do not want to lose all of these. So, yep, we got all of those. Have our dirt. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So the build I want to build is pretty big and flat. Like, the footprint is big and flat. And as you can see, our main island, let me go up, is pretty built up. There is not a lot of flat space. So, and I thought about putting it over here, but I didn't really want to intrude on anyone else's build. So my thought was make your own island over here. And I think this is a good place to put it. So I think I'm going to do that. Oh, and I have conduit power because somebody has a conduit over here, which is really funny. So it's either going to go here, or I could literally terraform off of this and make more land. But I don't think I want to necessarily do that. Yeah, because I mean, there's big builds on this island, but it's just so crowded. I don't know if I want to, like, actually tear something down to put a really big build in. Like, I thought about tearing down the pumpkin farm, but then I have to rebuild the pumpkin farm. It almost makes more sense to terraform a whole new island, to be honest. Wow, look at all my copper. At least we have, like, night vision kind of in the water. That's kind of fun. And water breathing. Thank you, conduit power. So I'm going to make a quick little platform. I'm looking for my terraforming goods. So I kind of want the island to not be perfectly flat because I think that's boring. And it's a big flat build. Like it's basically just a big rectangle. So it doesn't really make sense to put it... I don't know if I actually like it over here. I'm just trying to think of like how it's best gonna... Oh, nope, give me my shulker. How it's gonna look best in terms of its shape. And I actually think it won't look good here now that I'm thinking about it. Because I want the front to be, like, looking at whatever we're gonna do. And of course we have this floating island here. It kind of makes sense to put it here. Alright, we're doing it. Can't stop me. And then I think I want it like 3 blocks off the ground. It's okay. Just gonna make a little bitty platform. Okay. Cool. So we have dirt first, but we actually don't want dirt first. We want stone. So see how this is where it's like cobblestone, then stone, then dirt, and then grass. That's kind of what we're going to go for. We're going to start off with stone and then go into cobble, mossy cobble, some andesite patches, coarse dirt, dirt, grass, so that it blends really nice and doesn't look weird. And then really quickly, nope. Smooth operator. Give me that. Trying to think which one of these chests has sea lanterns in it. It's very strange to have my pick not in the first slot. I'm just gonna use some lanterns, I guess, because you can use lanterns underwater now to like light up some of the underwater bits so that we don't get drowns everywhere. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Gonna be in my way. Man, conduit power is the best. And then once we actually get into the building phase of this, I'm gonna turn my replay mod on. I was hoping to run replay mod and actually try to edit this as a time lapse into a YouTube video, because I have a YouTube now and I'm gonna try to learn how to use it, because I don't know how. You gotta start somewhere, I guess. So that's the plan. That is so many entities cramming up this area. My poor computer. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of those, but that's fine. And I have done something like this before, like building an island. I need some cobble. But it's not ever easy. Alright, let me, fix all of this. This is bothering me. Thank you. Be gone, weird floating sand. I hate this, like, you can't get out of the water crap. There we go. So, stone, cobble, mossy cobble, andesite, coarse dirt, a little bit of dirt. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. My game is like, replay mod has started recording, and like, no, it hasn't. Alright. So, we're gonna start our recording. Thank you, replay mod. Says it's recording. Beautiful. And we're gonna get into this. I think it'll be really fun. And we're just like trying to create kind of an island shape, if that makes any sense. Yeah, like that. So you see how the textures kind of change as they go up, and then we start the island flat area. Now my inventory is absolutely a disaster. Excellent. And if I have to go back and get more supplies, that's like not a big deal. I'm gonna take the arrows out of my inventory though, because I am concerned about like wasting all of them on block misclicks. Alright. Terraforming is fun, in my opinion. Like, it's a lot of work, but it's such a fun thing to be doing. Because it's just kind of silly, right? It's like, alright, I need to make the blocks look more like blocks than you would in normal Minecraft. Like, just a funny kind of thing to be doing with your time. And I'm not really worried about, like, block waste on this, to be honest. Like, if I'm really out of blocks, I'm gonna end up like getting stuff from one of my server mates, just being like, hey, I need more block. Can I has, please? Please has. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Why are you messaging me, kind of thing. So yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. This song is weird. I'm changing it. I do not like this. It's called Kaleidoscope for Robots. Don't like. Thank you. My, silly Discord is also like, hey, like, you're in streamer mode. It's like, stop, please. I understand that I'm in streamer mode. I just don't care. It's the difference. Like, thanks for the update, my dude. I knew. I'm trying to like make sure that there's like texture variation in these blocks as well. Like I want it, ooh, yeah, that actually looks okay. I don't want it to feel too flat, most importantly. I feel like the key to good terraforming is a nice mixture of texture and dimension. In a game of flat blocks, flatness is the enemy. So we're starting to kind of see the shape coming together of the front side, which is very nice. Cobble. And I'm trying not to make it like too perfectly blended, as if like the cobblestone is like, as if there's a hard line between stone and cobblestone, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want it to look like, oh, yep, at exactly this elevation, there's no more stone. It's all cobblestone. Because that doesn't really make sense, you know what I mean? Yeah, kind of like this, where, like, it's mostly stone, and then it's blending up to more cobble, and then you're peppering in the mossy cobble. And then we can kind of start popping in some andesite. I don't know where this plant came from. I thought I got rid of it. I really should have gotten rid of most of the whatever that stuff's called, kelp, before starting my time lapse, but oh well. Doesn't matter. That's a nice thing about Minecraft. It's you can really do whatever the heck you want, right? Like it doesn't matter at the end of the day if you're happy with it. Who cares? Block. Give me this coarse dirt. Thank you. Just want to kind of look at it from far away. Yeah, we're starting to get that coming together. Now this is gonna be like the curve side. Like it's not gonna be this close to this little fake island. The little fake floating island. I love how there's just a shipwreck right here. amazing how much materials you use terraforming. There we go. You. I love how my elytra just like trapped me for a second. It was like, yeah, you don't get to get out of here. No. You live here. Yeah, that looks good. So we can kind of see how we're gonna like start turning the island like that. Now that we already have like a front side going, basically. Trying to turn it. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good for the curve. The initial one, at least. And then I also have to make, like, a series. I'm gonna get rid of this weird dirt, by the way. I'm gonna make a series of, like, paths out to here. And I'm kind of probably gonna connect it to this island, or I'm just gonna take this down. I'm not really sure yet. Nope, too flat. And I'm actually not using any slabs in this. Like, all of the texture work being done here is no slabs, as we can see. I just don't think we really need it. Like, you can achieve good texture work without slabs, I think. Not necessary. It is getting dark. What's that? Pausing my recording because I want to be able to go to sleep and not screw up my recording. Hello, Miss Wednesday Cat. Cat is having so much fun hanging out, being a cat. Doing crimes. Alright, and then I was like kind of down here when I paused my... I want to say I was like here when I paused my recording. I thought I was like in front of or on a green block. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be blended in so that you can't ever even tell like where you were and all that jazz, so... And I know that, like, this doesn't go down to the bottom, but that's not really important right now in the grand scheme of things. Right now what matters is getting the general shape in and, like, laying the foundation so that we can start work on the actual project. More cobble. Yeah, it seems to me like we're gonna have to get more cobble. That's fine, though. It's part of the fun. There we go. I'm having some, like, this pile of dirt is annoying me. Be gone, dirt. I don't know why you're here in the first place. No more dirt. Gosh. Terraforming is hard. Okay, did I miss any blocks in that general blob? Does not appear that way. This. Then I kind of need to come down here a little bit. Take this back, give me my stone, thank you. Alright, this looks a little weird right here. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll grab some more supplies from my ender chest. Ooh. Parkour today is not my strong suit. Yeah, I'm like just glitching everywhere. I don't know what I'm doing today. Struggling would be the word, I think. There we go. Get a little more mossy cobble. Grab my stuff. Thank you, thank you. Give. Guess I have to go back around. Okay. Recording has resumed. And like, because this is kind of like where we want our flat land to go, we're basically just gonna like leave this for now. We're gonna go over here. I forgot about this. And a site. Alright, cell phone. Chill out. My phone is like, what are you doing? It keeps giving me the stream time question mark, and it's like, no, go away. I mean, yes, stream time, but like, no, go away, cell phone. You're not in charge here. Kind of like this song. This is not too bad. I am so conflicted, honestly, about all of the songs on Pretzel Rocks' like free lo-fi station. I just don't know how I feel about them. Some of them are okay. Some of them are just kind of like bluff, you know? Yeah, that looks pretty good. We are very much getting this rolling. It's so weird to play with fog on, because I usually have my fog turned off in, what's that thing called? You know, that thing. Oh, goodness, I'm never gonna remember. Oh, I have my fog turned off normally in, Optifine, but it is weird to play with it on. Kind of neat, though. This music feels like it should be playing in a noir detective movie. You know, like, he's a lone cop, doesn't play by the rules, and it's the 50s, and everything's in black and white for inexplicably no reason. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it definitely has those vibes. I know I just used a pickaxe to break that dirt, but I don't care. I do kind of want to get some of the top of this laid out, just because I'm worried about having enough space to put the whole structure down. So I'm gonna put some blocks out. Okay, okay, self. Good job. Blocks slash blarks. Okay, that's a little square. It's obviously gonna end up a little weirdly square in some places. And that's fine. I just don't want it to be too square. I'm just hoping I brought enough stuff with me. And I'm building this direction, that way I end up with enough space, you know? You know who loves noir movies? So I'm still thinking about noir movies because of this song, is my partner really likes, like, the noir genre, and I'll be honest, I don't really get it. It's just like, he's a detective or whatever, and it's spooky and everything. It's always raining, and it's just such a strange genre to me in general. Like, it really just has very little appeal, I would say. Just because sometimes it feels kind of like the whole thing is all the same. See, and then it switches back to this, which is much more like lo-fi, happy, whatever. Oh, this is looking good. We do not have nearly enough space for this build, though. It is a very large build. Let me sleep. Thank you. Lovely. Don't think I have conduit power anymore. I'm not actually sure. That's okay, though. I do have to say that subtle texture variant in between dirt and coarse dirt looks pretty good. I like it. Let me get some lanterns under here really quick. Did I resume recording, guys? Yeah, I am. Okay. I was like, oh man, I hope I did that. Or else I'm gonna be really mad at myself. I love that you can put lanterns under water now. I actually don't know if you've always been able to do that, and I just didn't know, but I do like that you can do it. Okay. Gotta keep going. So I started my new job this week, which I think I mentioned last stream. I got a new job that I'm relatively excited about. It's like with the same company or whatever, but in a different position with a new boss. I think it's going okay. Because it's weird that I've started, air quotes, a new job, but I'm still doing my old job because I don't have a replacement yet. So I'm like kind of doing two jobs for a little while, which is interesting. And I'm not sure how long that's going to go on, because it seems like they're going to have a hard time finding someone to do my job now, just with like the job market and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'm not one of those like people don't want to work. No, I mean they don't, but nobody wants to work. Like you're telling me that if you could like live your life and not have to go to a job, that you would go to a job? I doubt that. Because I wouldn't go to a job. I'd be like, heck no, I'm staying home. I got fun things I can do at home that don't involve me having to get yelled at by a boss. Like, that sounds way better. Are you kidding? Would absolutely not go to work. No questions asked. It does seem like that's going to be a problem, so I really don't know when I'm actually going to truly start my new job, because if there's no one to do my old job, if I like don't do the old job part, it's just going to make my new job stuff more difficult. So I'll end up like suffering for my not having done it in the first place, which really just basically means like I'm stuck doing it. So that's super. Alright. We are getting there. The footprint of this build, if I'm remembering correctly, was like 15 by, I want to say 40. It was very large. This island might have to come down. We keep building. I have gotten very good at that, figuring out where I'm supposed to stop and start recording thing too. Which is good. Go. So much andesite. This kind of part ended up a little weirdly flat, but doesn't look bad. It just looks weirdly flat. Oh, let me out of the water. Okay. There's like a flowing water source there, which is why it's being weird. I'm kind of thinking I want to build some more of the island portion before I keep going, because I am worried that I'm not going to have enough space. If that makes sense. I don't want to build the island too small and then have to like tear part of it down. No, Miss Wednesday Cat, you cannot come up here. Ow, 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 ow. Claws, claws, claws. Hi, baby. Okay, you can come up here, but you have to be good. That means snuggling and not biting. I know. Life's hard when you're a cat and you don't have to pay taxes. Right? Very difficult when you're a cat who doesn't have to, like, do anything. Please don't lick me when I'm trying to stream. Thank you. Cats, my dude. Cats. They do be like that sometimes. I'm also just hoping like nobody gets on the server while I'm doing this and ruins my time lapse. Because that would stink. It would be kind of funny though, like, oh, bye-bye time lapse. Am I out of... Yeah, I didn't really expect I would use so much coarse dirt. But that's okay. Let me get that moss. Oh, it's in my inventory. Mouse. I have changed my mind. It's moss time. I think the moss will be better. Because it won't spread and ruin my dirt. What we are gonna do is really quickly put all this back. We're gonna run and get some more coarse dirt. Coarse dirt. Okay, and I was standing right there, remind me. I just have to remember where I was standing and I should be fine. Let me look at this from the air really quick. Yeah, that's coming together. Okay. Let us go get some of what I wanted. I'm very upset by the new, and it's not really new per se, but by the change that the new replay mod update is not compatible, with, ow, cat, I really need you to not, with Optifine. So you're kind of limited now in using those things, which stinks. Okay, I have some coarse dirt already crafted, which is nice. So I don't have to worry about getting it. I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any rooted dirt whatsoever. That's okay. Back to our fake island we go. Yeah, it looks good. Recording resumed. And I do need to, like, double dirt this from underneath, but I don't want to. Like, I'm aware that it needs done, but it's a lot of work, so. I kind of like how this is starting to finally take shape. Like, it does look like it makes sense. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of work to then build. Oh, come on. Really? Woo! Rain ruining my time lapse. Dang it. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Hope it goes away. Yeah, I thought I was going to use grass in this, but I've changed my mind. The, like, cold ocean biome makes the grass look just, like, too cold. And it looks weird. Problem with cold biomes is the grass texture is just, like, such an awful color. We are getting there to the general size and shape. There. It's like it never even was different. Beautiful. Looks great. Love it. This rain is really, like, ruining my time-lapse right now, and I'm upset. Like, with the new changes, rain is so much more common, and just really messing up video recordings, I guess. I could have used my, like, mod privileges to set, like, the weather cycle to false, but that just feels kind of unfair. Because nobody else can get that when they're building stuff, you know? But I think I'm probably the only person who's, like, actively time-lapsing, other than maybe, like, one other. Like, most of the people on this SMP are not content creators. It's just, like, friends who do not record videos. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna have to get some lighting going in here. I'm not gonna worry about it quite yet. Oof, I fell off. Okay. This is a nice use of a lot of my blocks, though. One sec, guys. Sorry about that. I had to cough and did not want to, like, hack into the mic. Never pleasant to listen to. Alright. I'm going to kind of round this off, and then I want to lay out, like, the very base of our structure to see if it's going to fit on this island, like, comfortably. And if it is, we're going to get started on it. Regardless of the rain and the fact that the sides of this thing aren't built. And that part I'm not really, like, super concerned about. I'm more concerned with, like, getting the build in. Because this is going to be my shop. And I need my shop running. I like how I can see the swamp off in the distance. That's how close together all of this world is. I think this needs to go out a little further. Just looks kind of weird. Yeah, one sec. I need to look at my creative test pictures. Which means looking at screenshots. Alright, the main center of the building is 15 blocks. So, like, let me get some of my actual blocks. Pause recording. It does look like in this game it's going to rain. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Put that back. Let's kind of tidy all this junk up really quick. I really don't like when my build materials are, like, messy. Just makes everything harder. Alright, our recording is paused. So, you know, actually, really quickly, we're going to sleep, and then we are going to go check our copper oxidizing processes. Yay, it's going to stop raining. Yay, it's going to stop ruining our time lapse. Oh yeah, we've got copper, my dudes. Let's get the axe out. Love copper. Such a pretty block. Oops, gotta wax that one. One of these days I will remember that, like, I actually have to wax the copper first. This is also just, like, such a tedious task, you know? Like, wax the copper, pick up the copper, place the copper, age the copper. Like, it's all just kind of tedious. And it really feels like you don't get very much out of it. It's like, cool, I spent all this time doing this for like 3 pieces of copper, for example. That's okay. Nope. There we go. Copper is pretty. I will give it that. And also, at least it's still within oxidizing range is nice. And like this green color goes so well with the blend we're trying to do. Since it's like a transition between like an orangey red and a blue. It's gonna look really good. I'm so excited about it. I'm very proud of this build. I have to say, like, I worked very hard in creative to make this, I think, nice. And I'm really excited to like actually put it on our SMP and like have it be a thing. It's going to be a shop is the idea. Hopefully. Whole idea is it's going to be a block shop for unusual and weird blocks, which is why it's made out of unusual and weirder blocks. So it kind of all ties together into the theme. Alright. That's as many of those as I can pick up. That is an island. Looking for my... I don't need all of this at the same time is the thing. So... It's, the main building is 15 blocks long. It's not a perfect square. Let me look at the picture again. Yeah, 15. I want to try to get an idea of how wide it is. It should be 9 blocks wide. Always build on an odd, guys. Don't build evenly sized buildings. That's illegal. Okay, goodbye, kitty cat. Thank you for hanging out. It's been lovely. So... that's 15. I'm gonna actually take it a little bit this way. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 15. Okay. Gonna leave that right there. Don't need either of these. I mostly just need my actual building blocks. We're gonna... basically what we're gonna do is get as much of this like in my inventory as I can. Trying to dump some stuff. Okay, we need the bed. Over there. Alright, so now is really like where it begins, right? We resume the recording. That's 15. Yeah, 2. I don't like where it is. Alright, 2, 2. That's 9. Hey, BCG. How's it going? You bopped in just in time for a building stream. Hope you're doing good. I'm very glad I smelted all of these bricks. I am now happy with my choice to have done so. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to apologize for that. Hope you had fun walking with your friend. Yeah, we are building a shop on the SMP I play on right now. It's going okay. It is kind of an exercise in working with unusual colored blocks. I guess that's true. You didn't apologize, but you did give a reason for your lateness, which you are not required to do in any sense. And you're not late. So. I feel like there's no such thing being late to a stream. It's a live stream. You show up when you show up, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not entitled to your time. I'm just hanging out. And also, I'm bad at explaining myself, so... So I'm just kind of trying to blend these textures, which is very hard to do. Not my favorite thing. Fair, fair. I just don't like it when, like, I get frustrated sometimes because I'll see somebody pop into someone's stream and be like, yeah, sorry I'm late. And the streamer's like, yeah, why are you late? And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Granite does kind of look a lot like broken bricks, but I was not happy with the placement of the terracotta otherwise. One sec. Let me re-look at my picture and make sure I'm not screwing this up. Yeah, terracotta goes here. It's more of the tone of the terracotta, if that makes sense. Like, the overall, like, color didn't make sense in the build palette. Otherwise, here, let me be a smart noodle. Yeah, it is a bit too flat. Like, that's facts, but it's just there's not... This is the build palette that we're going from the brick to the stripped warped. Like, it's just... It's a very flat orangey color, but there wasn't really anything I was happier with. Or that I could figure out that I felt more worked. And, like, I fiddled with this for a really long time. But yeah, this is the kind of the color palette. What am I trying to build to begin with? Good question. I'm building a shop. It's gonna be a main building, which is this, with 2 side buildings and then like a little front kind of terrace. And it's gonna be my block shop because there are shops on our SMP. There's basically like one big one. That sells like rockets and gear and stuff like that and food, but there's nobody selling blocks. And I like to gather blocks and I like to build and farm. And I have a lot of unusual blocks. Like I built the Guardian farm and I built the dye farm so I can make kind of a lot of more unusual stuff. And I love grinding. So I'm making a block shop and I decided that the block shop should be an exercise in color. So this is what's going on. So there's the palette. I should have laid it out to start off with, but I think it does work. Like the copper really works as a great transition between all of these. My only thought though is like, I'm a little like unsure of if this should go first, the prismarine or the prismarine brick. I think right now the prismarine should go first because the prismarine does this thing it's doing right now where it cycles through a different color a little bit, like it changes, so it ends up looking better during some times than others. Cat, if you turn my computer off again, I'm gonna be mad. Like right now it's like a more vivid green color than it is a blue. So that's sort of why I ended up putting it where I did. Alright, I'm going to turn my recording software back on. There we go. Replay mod. And blending? Honestly, blending is so hard. I'm so bad at blending blocks. I don't know why it's so difficult. Like, it doesn't need to be difficult, but it's really difficult. And there we go. And I'm just trying to make it feel not quite as like one-dimensional at this moment. There's not really a set, like when I design this, there's not a set level or layer to like the transitions. It's all just kind of random. Which is fine with me. I like the randomness. Alright, so now we're switching from the granite to the polished granite. One sec, I'm pulling up my reference image. I really should have brought, like, some scaffolding. Please ignore me breaking this dirt with an axe. I'm aware that that was illegal, but I did it anyways. Alright, so we're switching in between the polished granite, and the weathered copper. Yeah, waxed exposed copper. Whatever. I'm just hoping this time lapse looks okay by the time I'm done with it and doesn't look like a disaster. What I'm trying to do. We're gonna find out. Because, like, I time-lapsed this in creative mode, and I was, like, decently happy with it. I think my problem with it was that it was in creative mode, and after watching it, there were some changes I wanted to make. And I was like, okay, I guess I need to mess with this. Alright, I was, like, really concerned for a second that I wasn't recording. No, I'm good. Yeah, we're getting there. And the floor has to be changed, and... Ouch. Yeah, but we're getting there. Okay. It's also way easier to time-lapse, I feel like, in creative mode, where it doesn't matter at all. Like, you can get rid of all this stuff so much easier. Oh, it's this Sewer Ghost song again. This thing's killing me. Alright. It's also like, how tall is this thing supposed to be again? It's like 30 blocks or something ridiculous. Also, I finally changed my settings on my stream elements, so hopefully it's not going to be timing anyone out again. Or, you know, purging every single comment on my stream. I basically just turned it off. I was like, I'm done. I'm going to just mod my own stream and, like, be an adult and not deal with this thing anymore because I'm tired of it deleting everything. It's like, alright, you're done. Yeah, you don't trust it? I don't blame you. It has done you dirty a couple of times now. Unfairly so, and I feel bad about it. Yeah, I was just like, I'm done with this. Like, it's fighting me, and I don't feel like fussing with this silly machine. We're gonna be very, very close on the granite. Or, not the granite, I'm sorry, the exposed copper. No, I feel bad. I feel bad for, like, the stupid Streamlabs, like, deleting all of the comments and, like, timing you, and it did this to someone else. It did it to Penguini not that long ago, too, so I do feel bad about that, but I guess I don't really feel that bad about deleting it. I mean, that's what it gets for, like, misbehaving, basically. Gotta just use up a bunch of this guy. In order to, like, actually finish this, I'm gonna have to oxidize, like, way more copper. Which is not gonna happen today. Like, just not gonna happen. Go. I guess Pretzel Rocks has decided it's done playing music. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, you might not have been in when we did this. One sec. I have a... Yes, I did know. I have a little copper field over here. Where they are oxidizing. Spaced out and whatnot. Which... like, was way better. Oh, this does look good from a distance. I don't have fine zoom right now, but it does look good. Yeah, and these are all spaced out, kind of oxidizing, doing their thing, and then when they're ready, I will go pick them up. Alright, yeah, this is getting there. Yeah, big brain. Ooh, okay, I almost fell off, but I didn't. Alright. Okay, if I forget to turn my recording software back on, please yell at me, because I would be so upset if I did that. I feel bad when that happens. Like, I've seen that happen on stream a couple of times to people, and oh man, what a sad day, right? Like, oh, thank you. I guess it's on me. That's fine. That's fair. It should be on me, technically. Trying to see, what do I think? I think it's starting to look good. Nope, I missed. Okay. The blue looks a little flat and strange. Sec. I need more transitions in between the blue and the oxide, or the weathered copper. So it should be 20 blocks tall. It does feel kind of harsh right now. You're definitely right. I think I need to, like, actually kind of take out some more of the granite and replace it with this guy. And then add, obviously, the prismarine to kind of get it rolling towards blue. And then how tall is this so far? It's 11 blocks tall. We were going up to 20. So, we're getting there. I swear, like, once this is done, this does look good. Like, it... Ah! Okay. Flying. Bad at flying. Woohoo! Okay. Like, it really does look good. I swear. It's a thing. It's a difficult transition to make. Like, it's such a odd color palette, you know? And then I think we were like at 11 blocks on this front corner, I want to say. Like, once we start making this, it comes out nicer. Trying to find, like, the place here where this looks strange. How much? I am like out of copper. Oh no, that's a problem. It's gonna have to be fine. And this isn't going to be solid prismarine. I'm just kind of layering it out right now just so it starts. And like, it does look better once we actually really get into it. Oh no. Ah! I paused. Kappa. Yeah. Yeah, it looks better when there's more copper. It also looks better when I remember to turn my recording software on. Nah, okay. It does suck. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. Take all this off, angrily and annoyed at myself. Yep. I'm only going to take the prismarine off, and hopefully it will not be super noticeable in the time-lapse. Can't believe I did this. I specifically told myself not to do this. This was the thing I said. Small cats don't do it, and I did it. Can't believe myself right now. Honestly. I'm a disappointment and a disaster. Just do a fade out with the video so it's less noticeable. Honestly, not the worst idea. Like, oh, it just fades out real quick for no reason. You don't, there's nothing here. There's no war in Ba Sing Se. Please do not perceive the strange change to the blocks that has possibly not actually occurred. Okay. There's one piece there. I'm not getting it. I don't want to deal with it. But I am going to go check my copper really quick, because I need more copper to make this thing work right. Copper? Thank you. Nope. No. Wax. Wax. Self. Goodness gracious me. I'm a disaster. No, I didn't. Nope. No, I didn't. I didn't bring it, and I'm now seeing the error of my ways. I'm just gonna... Where's my shovel? I'm just gonna drown myself really quickly. Oh, it's water under here. Who did that? Why is this like this? Honestly. That's crime. I don't know who did that, but that's... Ugh. Okay. Pretty sure that was Derek. We're gonna have a talk about inappropriate terraforming methods. Although I'm literally doing it over there, but I'm gonna empty it. I'm gonna fix it. That piece of prismarine is going to bother me till the end of time. My recording is still paused. It's fine. Just don't forget that your recording is still paused. Self. Like. Alright. We're doing sort of better. Okay. Copper is replaced. Yeah, nobody is green. Nope, recording is 100% paused. It is paused. I can see it. You can't really see it for like the follower goal thing, but it is paused. It is paused. I swear. You know what? I see what this needs. Right here. This needs to be not that. Better. Okay, I need to fix I need to fix this nonsense. Wow, what is my inventory right now? This is awful. I do got this, you're right. I can do it. Just have to try hard and believe in myself and everything will totally be fine, right? I mean, no, but yes. That's better. That's a little bit more noticeable as a, like, fixed and somewhat organized interior. Okay. Recording is running. I'm just gonna smack myself into a block so I land up here. There we go. Lovely. Alright, I'm looking for... like, right there looks strange. I can't wait to watch this, like, whole time-lapse back and just be confused at my own choices. It'll be super fun. Sleep. I wish I had the ability to run Optifine with replay mod now so that I could get like a decent time lapse. I'm always confused with my choices. That's actually my secret. Oh, nope. I missed. I consistently make choices that I just kind of go, why? Like, but here we are. It's too late to do anything about it. I just, like, do that bad thing sometimes of, like, making a silly decision and then just, like, aggressively sticking to it. Of, like, no, can't change it, too late, can't undo, and that's not necessarily accurate. Like, no, I could undo that, but I'm not gonna, apparently. Brain has decided no. Well, thank you, but I don't really think I'm a very good builder, honestly. I need a lot more practice before I get anywhere where I would describe it as good. And also, like, how are we defining a good builder? You know, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm a bad builder in Minecraft. And it's like, well, have you built, like, a structure out of something that functions as a base? Yes? Cool. You're a good builder. Like, congrats. You've done the game. I mean, obviously you can make the argument of like, well, if you build really cool, realistic, like, nice things that are pleasing to the eye, you're a good builder. And it's like, well, sure. But maybe your buildings aren't necessarily pleasing to the eye, but like, architecturally, they're sound. I'm not allowed to call myself anything but a great builder. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I just don't want there to be that, like, thing that sometimes happens in games where people are like, well, if you don't do this, like, this way, then it's not good. It's like, no. It can be good. All of the builds are good. But thank you. I do appreciate that. I work very hard at getting better at this. I have a pile of architecture books sitting in my bookshelf in my apartment that I have been reading-ish to try to get better at this. If that tells you anything about my dedication to making houses in Minecraft that look cool. Cell phone, please. No. I just keep getting, like, notifications on my phone about things that I don't want to look at. I'm like, please stop. Do not perceive. How tall is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're getting there. So after this is the stripped warp stem, which looks crazy, and I love it. There's something, like, oddly satisfying about tearing down a warped forest in this game. I think it's just watching the Enderman be sad. Alright, you know, I won't argue with it. But yes, there are books in our house. Like, yeah, I built this, or I didn't build, sorry. I bought this really cool architecture book on, like, Spanish architecture, like Spain. And been very interesting to look through, just kind of, like, how detailed some of the texture is. And, like, it's very hard to recreate some of that stuff because, like, basically you need, like, a level of detail in Minecraft that's not really possible on a normal scale. Because you would have to build buildings that are like hundreds of blocks long to recreate the detail in the architecture. Like these tiny little minute carvings and paintings and differences in color, like Spanish architecture uses all of these like beautiful whites and blues and yellows in like carved into the buildings themselves, but it's just so small that like Minecraft just doesn't have that, you know, which makes it very difficult to build anything kind of in that style. But then I have another book that was gifted to me that is like Norwegian modern architecture, which is much easier to recreate in this game because, you know, it's a lot of monotones and kind of like grays that work really well in Minecraft's like block palette because there's just so many like flat monotone blocks in this game. I don't know. And I don't know. I get a little self-conscious about calling myself great at anything. So. But I feel like I'm rocking that, like, 90s kid imposter syndrome really hard, though. So. Probably has something to do with it. There we go. Now the block transition is happening. It is getting there. I'm still a little bit unhappy with the amount of like weathered copper in the center, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it later. I'm happier with it than I was. How tall is this? Just gotta own it. So that's a good question. It's like what specific things are you good at in video games? Because I don't consider myself to be good at video games. Maybe Minecraft I'm good at, but that's about it. Consider yourself good at monitoring your HUD and cooldowns. Gotcha. Like, what kind of games is that useful in? As someone who has like no clue. Oh, keep missing. If I could just land on this building. Haha. Okay. Combat Cellar MMO. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I think we mentioned, or I think you talked about this before too, if I remember correctly. Well, there you go, yeah. If you're good at it, own it. You should. Alright, it should be about 20 blocks tall. I am a little bit short on this guy. Oh, nope. My game is paused. My thing is paused. It's paused. Unpause. Gotta go sleep. Okay, I will try. I will try. I cannot guarantee, but I will try. That's just like not my normal thing, you know what I mean? Be confident in the skill itself. I shall do my best. When I am done with this, I will totally bop really quick into my single player world creative test and kind of show like the first iteration of this building that I'm somewhat happy with, so we can kind of get an idea of what this thing is supposed to look like, because it is supposed to be different. The roof is made of a different material that I ended up scrapping, but I think it shows kind of like what it could be. Alright, so we need to make the last bit just a little bit, oh no, a little bit taller. I walked off the island. Oops. Oops, did not mean to drown myself that time. I swear. It was an accident. I feel like getting good at, air quotes, being good at building in Minecraft is such a weird thing to get good at too. It's like just a lot of like can place blocks that look nice. And it's just a kind of a strange skill. Yes, I have a terrible habit of doing that. I just don't want to cause a fight, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to, I don't know. Which is funny, because at, like, non-streaming SmoLCatzZ is much more combative as a human. But on stream, I'm more likely to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, you have a point. Because I just, like, don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to be mean. But yeah, IRL me is a bit more of a jerk. That's okay. Skills don't have to be something conventional if you enjoy it. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh my gosh, my stupid thing tried to like delete your comment again. Don't worry, I told it to quit because it needs to chill out. Be aggressive to be aggressive. Lol, maybe. Sometimes I do be like that. I feel like it's just like kind of part of like getting to know yourself in like a Twitch streaming kind of way. And like kind of getting comfortable with like having an attitude, because I think probably one of the harder parts of like getting used to streaming, and slowly but surely, I don't know. Apparently it did not like a word and was like, do you want to delete all of these comments? I was like, no, I don't. Like, please leave me alone. Like, please stop. But yeah, it's kind of the hard part sometimes about getting used to streaming, is like being okay with being your actual personality on stream, because you don't want to make people upset and make them not hang out. So you kind of just capitulate, I guess, to stuff. Yeah, it looks like a building. I am recording. Okay. I just for a second was like, am I recording? Like, so concerned for a second. I don't know. I think possibly that the bot, like the chat bot, just has a vendetta. Yeah. See, life has to be easier if that's the case. It has to be. I don't know if you're a stand-up person, but there is a stand-up bit by John Mulaney, and we can ignore all of the problematic stuff about John Mulaney, but he basically has this whole stand-up bit about being out in some place like a Best Buy with their wife at the time, and basically talking about how like walking around with John Mulaney is like being mayor of nothing, and he just wants everyone to like him so much all the time. And I definitely get that, of like, I don't want people to be mad at me. Like, I just want everybody to be okay with what I'm saying, and it definitely gets in the way of doing things that you actually want to do sometimes. Alright, this, let me pause this. That's about kind of where it needs to be in terms of the gradient. Gosh, this build is so long. I kind of think it turned out... Is there a block missing right there? No! Okay. I flew into that wall on purpose. I do want to throw out. Duh, that's annoying. Okay, do I have one more block of this? I do. It's right here. Give me. That's so frustrating. I can't believe I did that. At least I found it now. Thank you. Yeah, I'm much happier with it now. It's one of those weird things that like halfway through it looks ugly. We'll be real. Halfway through this thing looked really weird and strange and not great. But now we're coming together. Yeah. And the last little bit of like, I'm gonna pause this. The last little bit of like warped wart at the end is strange, but it gets covered up a lot by the roof. So it's more of just like a tiny little blip, really, than anything else. It ends up being okay. I like it. So we need to actually dump the blue blocks. Get rid of these guys. Get out of here. Really quick, take a siesta to go get copper. Cat is being so cute. She has no right to be this cute. I didn't bring the extra copper. Okay. Trying so hard today to have it together, and it's just not working out for me. It looks like a hilarious strange tube right now. Yeah, some of them are totally green. Which they shouldn't be, so we're just gonna boop. And now it's fine. It's like it was never weird in the first place. Problem starts to become, I crafted too many of, oh, nope. Just a few too many of them into the cut version, as opposed to like the solid version. And I don't really have any more of that. Nice. I'm on top of my game for once. Yeah, they some of them definitely oxidize too much, but that's okay. That's why it's nice that there's like that kind of like scrape off option to kind of undo that. Okay, don't think we can take any of these else. So the next part of this is literally adding like the side buildings, I guess. Which is pretty easy. Yeah, you can. It's just such, it's so slow. Like, I will stick to my guns on, it's too slow. Like, a drowned copper farm is just such a pain. Like, I had just an inordinate amount of copper at one point from like caving in dripstone caves, because there's so much copper in dripstone caves now. And then there was like the great server griefing event, which I talked about previously, and that copper had been gathered kind of in the interim of that, so I don't have it anymore, or I would have done it. That block is bothering me on the corner right there. That can't stay there. Gonna fix that. No one will ever know. And it's not like it's a bad idea. It's just, it's not like fast enough to really be feasible, you know? As much as I wish it was. Like, I really wish that drowned copper farms were more practical. I know, like, the game is trying to push caving and stuff. That looks better. But it's just a pain. Okay. Have you been building them at Y128? No. I have not. One sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Because that seems like a lot of work. And it's not like I've built one. I have not built one, but I have watched multiple YouTube videos about them and have kind of decided that that seems like not something I want to do. So much effort, you know? What is the benefit to building them at Y128? And you spawn more. Is that the case still? Or is that the case on Bedrock? So, I don't want to say you're wrong, but I could have sworn that there was a change to entity spawning, that it's now, like, lower down in the world, you get more entities. But, like, I could very well be wrong. I'm just not sure what it is now. Now I'm gonna have to look it up and figure that out. Because, like, I know, like, the new terrain and stuff in Minecraft, like, really screwed up, like, witch farms, for example, because we had a player on here who had a witch farm and is very upset about the nerfing of their witch farm. More mobs spawn naturally the closer you get to bedrock due to bedrock fog. Sorry. Gotcha. Yeah, that I knew. Gotcha. So, like, conversely, just build it crazy high up in the air and force the game to spawn them there. I mean, that certainly would do it. Yeah, I'll have to look into that because it's just slow, it seems. The copper John farms. Okay. I don't have any more of the copper that I need. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the interior. And also, have you or anyone else seen the new Pokemon starters? Because they're adorable. Since chunk spawning only occurs a maximum of 3... Okay, one sec. We're gonna pause that recording to read this. Since chunk spawning only occurs a maximum of 3 chunks or 48 blocks from one player, if you're out of render distance of the ground, it won't spawn. Okay. Is the chunk spawning radius only 48 blocks? Or is that bedrock? Like, I'm really curious because I could have sworn it was more. But if that's the case, that makes it a little bit easier. Okay, one sec. We're gonna put a hole in this. Nice hole. After having built this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that then, because I need more copper. I need a lot of copper. But more importantly, I need, like, the time and patience as a person to actually sit around and oxidize it. Which I don't have. You don't think player chunk rendering goes further. Okay. That's good to know. I will go under this thing and grab all my dirt, I swear. Just have to do it. But yeah. Has anybody seen the new Pokemon starters? Because they're so cute. I don't own a Switch, so I'm not going to buy the new games, but I am really, really liking the little crocodile thing that's just mouth. Like, it's basically all mouth. It's just this little, like, it's Totodile round to, like, just a mouth, you know? And it's genuinely hilarious. Like, I don't know who came up with that, but good on them. It's so silly. You don't like the duck at all? Yeah, duck is least favorite. The grass one, A1 play. Yeah, the grass one looks so good. I really like the grass one. The duck is probably the weakest one, but oh man, that stupid looking like little mouth monster that they've created is hilarious. Okay. I need... What do I need? Sanity. That's what I need. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Looking for things. I want to build the front of this, but I, like, really can't do that while, like, doing anything else, to be honest. So I'm going to build some of the interior and then the outside wall. But yeah. They took Gibble and cutified it to be even more atrocious. Yes. but like in a good way. Because like Gibble already has that like hideously mostly mouth look going. So it's somehow better. I personally vote for more Pokemon that are all mouth. Simple. Just give me more of that horrifying stuff. It's great. Like, I don't know if it's actually great, but it's hilarious, so. I can't believe it's, like, getting to the point where there's gonna be, like, 1,000 Pokemon, though. Because I can't tell. Are we, like, over 1,000 now? Because I think it is. And it's ridiculous. There's so many of them. Oh, I'm not recording. Okay. Self. One of these days, I will remember not to do this. You think it looks excessively goobery? Like a goober? Yeah, it does. But in like a fun way. I think with this new gen, it's going to be over 1,000. Is, I think, something I saw on Reddit today. And I was like, dang, I am old. I remember when it was Pikachu. Pikachu was Pokemon. I was there for that. Back in the ye olden times. But I don't know. I'm really, really hoping the new starters are good. Like, I'm so afraid that they're all gonna go the firefighting route of just being, like, two-legged humanoids again. Like they've done for the last, like, 6 rounds. You're just like milk. Oh, that's not nice. Don't say that. I can't even call myself, like, a gamer girl, I don't think. I think I'm just a goofball with a computer who has figured out how to play Minecraft a lot. Although I do play some other games, just not on stream. But yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. I can still claim being a gamer. Nice. Yeah, I really don't play very much other than this game. I have... what's funny is I have a lot of video games. I don't play them. Like, the only game I've really played a lot of other than Minecraft recently is the new Halo Infinite. And I have not played the campaign. I've just been playing multiplayer and being really bad. But it's kind of fun. Because, like, when you're really, really bad at a first-person shooter, and then occasionally you do good, it makes people really angry. So it's kind of entertaining to watch. It's like, oh yeah, I know. I was bad for most of this match, and then I got a couple kills, and suddenly I'm the bad guy. So, it's entertaining. We're going to be very close to finishing this up soon. It is past 10. But I just want to get a little bit more of this figured out really quick. And then I'm going to bounce over into my creative test world in a hot second. Okay. We will end up having to, like... I will end up having to stitch together these recordings, which is fine. It'll be fine. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Yeah, it's coming together. We are getting there. Obviously, these don't go up the full way compared to the main structure, but they do end up looking pretty cool beans when they have the roof on. And then there's going to be, like, probably 5 floors in here. It's going to be like a little department store, I would say. But, yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Gonna click stop recording. And then I'm gonna disconnect. And yes, thank you for saving my replay file. Let's bop into the creative test world really quick. And look at what the heck this is. My poor computer is gonna try to render this file for a while, and that's gonna be scary. There we go. So ignore the top part of the roof because I don't like it. I was really trying to go crazy. Wait. Stop. I was really trying to go crazy with color and it just like didn't work. But the rest of it is kind of what I like. So imagining the roof up top being made of dark prismarine. And it kind of turned out really cool. Very simple in the back because, like, obviously no one's going to look at the back. But I like how it turned out. I think it looks really neat. I did change the width of this. This is, like, I want to say this is 8 blocks wide. I made it odd now. I think it's 9. So that the roof will come to a peak. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm very, very happy with it. If you go inside, you have the little glass door. So there's like multiple floors, very plain, just so that I can fill it with like whatever. And then I built in this little storage room, which is just decorative. Like there's nothing to it other than maybe I'll put extra stuff in there. And then I built this little annex, which I'll do something with, I guess, in the survival copy. But I think it turned out really neat. I like it a lot. But, yeah. So that's what I did with it. Yeah, this bubble coral as a roof, like, while a cool concept, just really was not working. It was just too, like, way too bright, you know? Like, it was so bright that it was distracting. So, we need to add on the front, and then kind of just finish the roof lines and do the interior. So, you know, just that. Just got to do that. Which isn't too bad. I'm excited to do it. My next project is to actually move the mammoth skull from a few streams ago into the survival world. These should not be green. These should be the exposed stairs that were like a brown color. Yeah, this will work. And that ends up looking okay. There we go. I forgot about honeycomb. Couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah. So that's going to go into the survival world one of these days. I'm going to actually sit down with Lightmatica and copy it in. Like, put the thing in to copy it over. But, so that's what we're going for. It's not done yet, but that's fine. So, yeah, pretty happy with it. Bop back over to Friends and Nonsense. Stop recording. Alright. These are the two from just now. I will deal with this after stream. It doesn't matter. It's not important right now. So I think I'm going to call it a night. It's about 10. Time for me to go to sleep because I'm an old person. And old people need their sleep. Let me see who is on.
Don't build plague on me, please. Don't
Oh no.
poison me, please.
No, don't do that.
Don't.
Okay, sorry about that. Twitch. I really hate that, like, Twitch is like, oh, hey. Yeah, thank you, BCG, for hanging out. I will be back on Thursday, probably. I have some family coming into town, so I might not be on that night. I'm still not sure. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. And we're gonna drop a quick raid over to Penguini, who is doing stuff. So give me a hot second. All right, so Penguini is running his Deception Den. It's this thing that he does every once in a while where he basically makes it so that he can have content creators come on and do a quiz show. So thank you so much for coming out. I've been SmoLCatzZ. Have a good night.